So we're pretty excited about this email. I think as business owners, we're constantly looking for ways to just improve the culture of our team, get everybody's energy to go up, and also to ensure that we're accountable for the number of consults we're doing and the closes that we have. So I love our sales automation system. It's something we created and that we sell to other cool sculpting providers, and it is highly valuable. But one of the things that we recognize with it is when you put in the outcome of your consult, out of sight, out of mind. So although the system is automatically going to send those people messages to try and get them to purchase, and you're going to follow up with them diligently, sometimes you're not thinking about it on a daily basis. So we wanted to create some type of artifact that was very front and center for our office that allowed us to celebrate wins, put up meeting topics, and also see the health of our business on a weekly basis. So I am going to include this document in the email in case you want to replicate it, but let's walk through what we created, and I'll give you the reasoning for each thing that we created as well. So on the left-hand side of the board, and we went to, just an Office Depot and bought a very big whiteboard, we mention our weekly wins. This is important because sometimes as an organization, it becomes very easy to only focus on, are we closing consults? Are we closing consults? But at the end of the day, there are many things that happen on a daily basis within your organization that should be celebrated. It can be anything from, hey, we had a client who was coming in for a follow-up. She wasn't that thrilled with her results, but after doing her before and after, she is absolutely thrilled with them. Maybe you got some Yelp reviews. Maybe you closed someone who you've been working on for several weeks or months. Maybe someone decided to do a second round. Maybe your front office has a new initiative and they booked 5 consults. So whatever type of wins are happening in your office, we think those are really important to document and then also celebrate. We also have a section for meeting topics. There's a lot of different departments for most organizations, and sometimes those organizations aren't talking when they have solutions for each other. And sometimes you think about something on Monday, but then you forget to bring it up on the next meeting. And so we have a section on our board where if something shows up that's pressing, that's important, that we want to discuss, that we want to address, that we put it on the meeting topic section. So for example, I heard Katie the other day talking to someone on the phone about sculpture, a heat-based technology, and she had a wonderful talk track that I want everybody else to have access to. So I put that up on the board so that she can share that at our next meeting. And so this bulk of this section of the board is going to be this section right here. And what we're doing is documenting all the people who are coming in for consultations on a weekly basis. We're doing their first name and their last initial, and we're indicating what happened. Did that person close? And if so, how much did they buy? And if they did not close, we would put that in the pending section. This is not a beat up board. It is not used to single people out or make people feel badly. It just allows us to be accountable because what we focus on improves, and again, out of sight, out of mind. So this board does a wonderful job of keeping everybody aware of what's happening on a weekly basis. So moving over to the other section of the board, some months have 5 weeks, most months only have 4 weeks, but we are tracking our close ratio every single week. At Bodify, not only do we do a team commission for top line revenue every month, but we also have close ratio goals. And what we've decided is every month, if we hit those goals, that we do something special for the girls. Maybe it's sending someone to their house to clean it. Maybe it's a free haircut. Maybe it's dinner out. Or even last month, we brought in an individual who focuses on Reiki and psychic readings, so that was pretty fun. But this scenario over here, we're going to translate it down here so you can know exactly how we're getting these numbers. So again, if you want to replicate it, you can certainly do that. So in this scenario, we had 9 consultations in for the week, so that would go under the consults. We did have one individual who was a DNQ or did not qualify, and I want to be clear about this. A DNQ is not, oh, someone came in and they don't have money to buy cool sculpting. That is not a DNQ. A DNQ is somebody came in and they actually have something that does not allow them to move forward with cool sculpting, like visceral fat, for example, or too much fat, or just loose skin. So in this scenario, we put 1 DNQ. We'd count the number of people who had purchased, which was 5, and then there were 3 people who we still have an opportunity to close, and so we'd put that number in the pending. When we are figuring out the close ratio for that week, you want to take the DNQ out of the total number of consults that were done because you don't want that to negatively impact your ratio or your percentage. So in this scenario, we did do 9 consults, but we really are only counting 8 because there was 1 DNQ and we closed 5. So 5 divided by 8 is 62.5%, and that will go into the week 3 close ratio. The other thing that we found has been helpful is having a running total from the very beginning of the year, whenever you start this, of the money that's pending or outstanding. Again, having this top of mind really lets you see how much opportunity there is for you to go out there and close people. So maybe you're going to do a text initiative, an email promo, a voicemail blast, or some type of marketing initiative to try and recapture some of that $193,000. It's Jess with Bodify Academy. Our sole intention is to make you, the cool sculpting provider, more successful.